I'm curious, as we're looking at the lower elementary child, there are so many things that are a little different than primary. And one of the things as a parent, I was surprised that they were doing was planning going outs. Could you talk to us a little bit more about going outs?
Sure. Going outs they're a little bit like field trips, very different in the fact that they are child-led. They are very small. So an example of a going out would be 3 students who are extremely interested in dinosaurs, research their favorite dinosaurs, and they run out of information in the book that's available about Stegosaurus or whatever it is that they're looking at. And they, with the guide's help, they research places in the area that might have more information about dinosaurs. For us, that's often the Smithsonian Museum. They plan what they're going to do. They arrange for a parent chaperone. They arrange if they need money for the trip, if they need to pack a lunch, if they need their ID cards. We go over grace and courtesy for speaking with their chaperone and speaking with the museum staff. And they go there with clipboards in hand and note paper, and they continue their research. Maybe they take some photos, maybe they sketch some skeletons, and then they come back into the classroom and often do a presentation about what they've learned from that experience. And really, it's a wide variety of experiences. There's a ton of museums that they go to, but they also might go to a glass blowing studio. They might go to the grocery store or the pet store. You know, our class pet needs a new sand in his tank. That's a going out. We want to pick up ingredients to cook a meal. That's a going out. We want to go to the animal shelter and learn about how we can support them. There's so many opportunities, so many different ways that they can start and continue to learn outside of the classroom. And it's such a motivating experience for them. It makes the report or the research that they're doing so much more meaningful when there's that tangible experience connected to it. And I've seen, since I started my going out program this year, just an explosion in the amount of research that this group is doing.
One of our ideas in elementary is that the sky is kind of the limit for what children can learn. We call it cosmic education, the idea that it's the universe is what they're studying. But the classrooms by design can't have everything in them. And so we push this idea of a going out for children to experience the world outside the classroom, to learn more, but then also to have to navigate the adult world in a safe and planned way. And a huge part of navigating the adult world is making phone calls. So when Anastasia mentioned that they arranged to have a chaperone, that's a phone call. And we work with the children beforehand to write a script so they know exactly what they're going to read, because it can be very intimidating to call an adult. And usually they're not calling their own parent, right? It's someone else's parent, maybe in the group or whoever their chaperone is going to be. And they have to then read their script to the parent. And if the parent goes off script in their answer, then the child has to figure out what to do. Do they shove the phone at someone else and make them, do they hang up and call back later? Do they, have they done this so many times that they can adopt and just start answering the questions that are asked of them? And that really varies on their experience and their age. And it's really delightful to watch that process of learning how to talk on the phone to somebody else, because that can be very intimidating. But then sometimes they hang up and they're just jumping up and down. They're so excited that they made the phone call, and that's such a big part of the whole process as well. And when they're done with the going out, they write a thank you note to that chaperone. So to pull that's sort of the last thing, right? Is this the ending of the close it off by writing that thank you note and showing gratitude to anyone who really helped them with the process of it.
Thank you. I've been on the receiving end of a phone call recently. I think I went off script. There was a long pause, but then they were going. So thank you for sharing.